Welcome to Hops News, the trusted source in beer culture news. Here's your host, Jay Brew, with special guests, the Hoppy Mommy, Lucky, and Mash.
Hey, welcome to another episode of Hops News. Man, we got a pretty cool one. Mash threw this idea out about super beers, or beer superpowers, as I'll call it, a couple of weeks ago, and I started thinking then. So I actually put some thought into this one. But hopefully we've got some good ones, because I'm definitely not the comic book guru that the others are on here. So I'm looking forward to hearing what theirs are. It's been a hell of a week. It's been a great day. It's always a good day when you can drink beer with the crew, and I've been looking forward to this day since we got off the air last Wednesday. So looking forward to it. Hope everybody's had a good week out there. Thank you for joining us. We are using a new software today. I've had to step up my production game because of the wrestling stuff that I do. So we're using something a little bit newer. Requires a lot more skills and a little bit more knowledge. So if we fuck something up too bad tonight and we have to go off the air, or it kicks us off the air, I'm just going to apologize now. We'll try to get back, but hang with us. We'll hopefully get it. This will allow us to do a few more things, bring on some more guests, hopefully to get more people involved, but should be pretty good, but there might be some growing pains, so I apologize for that. Speaking of growing pains, let's go check in with Lucky. He's got some growing pains of himself over there. Lucky, how's things going in Milwaukee, Wisconsin tonight?
Fucking terrible. I guess my sound's not working. So I apologize to everybody. I don't know what's up. I just opened a beer. I was trying to fix the sound before we got on and didn't realize that I didn't have a beer. So I just cracked one. Give me some sugar. I need it. Ooh. It's Jay, you probably know it's year end for us accountants, and it's fucking miserable. So I'm honestly surprised that I had time to get on, but I made it. Shitty sound and all. So how are you guys doing?
So, Lucky, I'll tell you, this is the first job I've had in the accounting world that we do all of our payroll in-house. If I see another motherfucking W-2 or stuff another goddamn envelope this week, man, I'm ready to fucking kill somebody. I'm not even lying to you.
Yeah, dude.
That's terrible. Been rough.
I don't deal with any of that stuff, but just closing books at year end and finishing up all the audits and stuff, it's just absolutely miserable. So I'm here, made it. Glad to be here. This is fantastic. Are you guys jealous? This is a bottle share collab.
Yes.
My hookup I was able to give me some sugar. I know a guy if you guys need some. But yeah, it's fucking delicious. So glad to be drinking with you guys. I missed you. This week honestly has felt like an entire 2020. It's been absolutely miserable.
That sounds terrible.
Yeah, it's been a shitty week. And I'll be with you on February 8th. We start our audit, so I've got a whole another couple weeks to dread it.
Fun stuff, man.
I feel your pain.
Stuff.
Yeah, I'm not sure what's going on with your board over there, but I think you may be sounding just a little bit better. But I think you might be having some microphone issues. We'll try to troubleshoot with you one night this week or something and get you sorted out.
Yeah, I'll figure it out. Hopefully before tomorrow, but we'll see what happens.
Awesome. Let's go check in with the cheesehead. Mash.
Hello, guys. Hey.
Down there in Mountain Home, Idaho. Mash, you're not excited about the Packers, are you?
You know, I got my cheesehead going. This has been the longest week of my life just because, listen, growing up in New England, Tom Brady has destroyed so many hopes and dreams, and I've had to watch it happen, and I hate Tom Brady, and now he's probably going to do it to my team. So I'm just kind of riding the wave and praying that Aaron Rodgers can get one more Super Bowl ring under his belt, and got the cheesehead on. I'm just, casually waiting. Got my spotted cows ready. Well, life can't get much better. Football season,
Yeah, it's been an interesting NFL season, right? I mean, there's some interesting teams that were in the mix. Obviously, there's a lot of them that still are. But hey, being a Detroit guy, you got to pull for somebody else, right? Because you're never fucking in the goddamn postseason. So my other team was the Packers, and still is. So I'm pretty excited to see the Packers back in it. I'm excited to see Aaron go grab it again.
They always make it to this point, and then 2014, 2016, it's something always happens. So outside of 2010, yeah, it seems like they always get to this point and some straight buffoonery happens. And of course, we have to face Tom Brady and the Bucks and all the newfound Buccaneers fans who put their Patriots jerseys away and busted out their Tampa Bay jerseys. And yeah, so we'll see what happens. I'm hoping for a good game. I hope it's 45-0 at the end of the first quarter, so I'm not so stressed out, because I get very stressed out during, hockey, football. And tonight's, speaking of tonight's little, topic, this is actually something I've been wanting to turn into a comic book. Is I always thought it'd be funny what somebody drinks a beer and realizes they have superpowers. And so they're out there saving kind of their city, drinking beer, but it also gives them superpowers. So it's kind of fun to be with you guys and come up with some ideas. I'm excited.
Yeah, maybe you'll come up with some content for your comic book.
Yes. That's, I'm just going to use free ideas. I can't draw, but I can write. So if somebody can draw, let's get together and let's make some comic book magic happen.
I can draw, but they're going to look like Disney characters. We might get a cease and desist.
We might get sued, and that's okay. Just whatever. I'm not worth much.
Yeah. You got to be worried about it, but to actually lose something. To get a cease and desist letter, so.
Joke's on you, Disney. I'm poor.
Yeah. Mash, I'm excited for you. Go Packers.
Hell yeah, go Pack, go.
We'll keep posted as they. When's the game they play this weekend?
It's Sunday at 3:00 Eastern. So if you don't hear from me after tonight's show and it's Monday and you haven't heard a peep from me, I've either died of excitement because I'm going to Las Vegas to visit my heterosexual life mate, and I'm going there Super Bowl weekend. We're both Packers fans. I've never gotten to watch a Super Bowl together. So I've either died of excitement or, I just kind of took a long walk off a short bridge.
Nice. Well, hopefully that doesn't happen, Mash, because we would surely miss you doing that over the Packers.
Hey, you know what? Could be worse.
Yeah, you could be a Lions fan and have no idea what the postseason's like.
I was at the TD Garden when the Bruins lost to the Blues in Game 7, so I shuffled my I had torn my ACL. I hadn't had surgery yet. I somehow got all the way to Boston and was at the Garden, and then the Bruins lost Game 7. So heartbreak. It's just when I tell you I forever am an emo kid, this is the reason why. This is exactly why. Heartbreak over and over.
Yeah. Let's go check in with Hoppy down there in Orlando, Florida. Hoppy, how are things going down there?
Not too shabby. It's been lovely weather down here, although it's cold, but it's been nice and sunny. I got to hit up the beach today, do a little pre-gaming. And we've also, our beer game has been phenomenal here, and not just the local breweries. We've been getting cans that we don't normally get. So I'm actually drinking a New York beer from Kings County Brewers Collection that I got at a local bottle shop. And it is in theme. It's superhero sidekicks. So I thought that was perfect for tonight. Yes, it's a nice IPA. So this is absolutely great. But what's funny is in relevance to Lucky's situation tonight with the mic, I wanted to bring up a topic that came up this past week in our house. Those of you who have been listening for a while or watching for a while know that I had serious microphone issues all summer. My mic would just randomly go out and I would be gone. Well, I left a bad review for the mic because the 60 days had exceeded to return the mic, and we are now being bribed with $30 to rescind our bad review of the mic. However, if there were more bad reviews, I wouldn't have bought the mic. So do I accept the $30 and cut my losses and say, okay, I only lost $40 now because it was a $70 mic? Or do I have integrity and say, no, I will not take down my review?
You counter the offer. You counter the offer and tell them $50 and it's coming down.
See, I was thinking like make them make it right. Send me a brand new working mic or send me $70 and then I'll take it down. I want full restoration.
They think you're so cheap that $30 is going to make you change your mind.
Oh, my husband seemed pretty excited about the $30.
Here's $30, kid. Get on out of here. What's that going to get you? Like 1 4-pack?
Right. Yeah. 4-pack and a half.
In today's economy, this is insane.
So yeah, I thought that was interesting.
Hey, I'm not your husband, but I'm excited for him. I'm like to recover. To recover $30 that she wasted on something. Let's do it.
Well, it's his Amazon account, so he's probably actually already accepted the $30. It's probably already been credited. But I told him not to do it.
She's over here scheming. Meanwhile, he's out there like, oh yeah, I've already spent that on like ice cream or whatever.
He ordered another motorized scooter this week. That's his new thing. I think we have 3 of them now.
You guys
not like an old person one, like a scooter that goes. You know what I mean, right? Like the kind
like a hover around?
No,
like a motorized scooter. You know, like the little like mini motorcycle type things?
No, not the ones you sit on. The ones that you can like rent like downtown. Like they're actually like scooters where, you know, you're
those things are so much fun.
You think I can do any of that in Idaho? You can rent like a 4-wheeler here. That's about it. You're not getting
called limes or
yes, yeah, lime.
Yeah.
Oh, they have those in DC all over the place. You can actually like go because when I went to DC, that's how I used to like get around the Smithsonian areas. You just hop on one of those bad boys.
Yeah, so that's actually what they tend to do Wednesday nights now. So, but apparently Josh is
he's in a
faster
scooter
than Brielle.
gang?
So Brielle needed a faster one, and so now they have all these scooters.
Hoppy's hardcore. She's in a scooter gang. Her family members are in a scooter gang. Y'all better watch out. The mean streets of Orlando are taking over.
The last time I rode a scooter was after the Orlando Beer Festival, and I crashed into somebody else. So I'm not allowed on the scooters.
Well, you booze, you lose, kids. Remember that.
Yeah, you booze, you lose. Or did I lose? I feel like I'm winning.
Win or lose, I still booze. That's my life motto.
That's the UCF motto.
Unless the Packers lose, then the Packers lose, I'll be done boozing for like ever. Cause
I'm gonna booze forever because I'm gonna have to.
No, it's the long walk off the short bridge.
Just pour some spotted cows out over my grave and get it over with.
Please, just over my body while I hold the flower.
As you guys are standing there, open casket with my cheese head on my chest. Just go.
Yeah.
I got my Aaron Rodgers jersey on.
Just
make sure you just pour some spotted cows over me in remembrance.
Play Roll Out the Barrel in the background.
Make sure you play some Packers songs that they play at the stadium one last time. That's all.
I think I have a replacement for him for Geeks News. Then I introduced Matt to one of my friends this week, and so Tim can take over. So the Geeks portion will be fine.
Oh yeah, Tim. Yeah. Tim was such a cool dude.
She's literally already replaced you in her head.
Apparently I'm very replaceable. So
I'm putting Hops News first here, guys.
That's cool. I'm replaceable.
Hey, speaking of replaceable, Lucky, give us an update on the whole Barstool update. What's going on?
So
what are we doing?
I'm still waiting to get a couple beers here. But once I get that, I'm gonna put a video together of the unboxing and take a bunch of pictures of what we will be giving away. Shout out to there's a bunch of Feeling Lucky listeners that have already donated. Hopefully, and there's Hops News family that's saying that they're going to. So we'll be putting that out, and I'm super excited about it. I looked at what the Barstool Fund was at before I got on. I want to say they're over 28 million.
Damn.
Wow.
Correct me if I'm wrong, but they've already got $28 million raised for small businesses.
You're
Um,
correct. 28 million.
and there, I think it's 160, 157, approaching 160 businesses saved. So it's really cool. We'll be putting that together shortly, I guess. Just once I get all the stuff in, I'm gonna for sure do a video and blog it and all that good
Come
stuff.
on,
So
Jay, get your stuff in so we can get this rolling.
Yeah, I know. I owe you a box, man. But like I said, you're either going to get a fucking 6-pack of red beers that's in my damn refrigerator now, or you're going to wait a couple more days until I can stop by the bottle shop and get you something good. I've got a couple of, I think I've got a couple of good beers in there that I'm going to put in that box for you, and hopefully spur some people to give some donations. So
yeah,
great effort, man.
no,
My hat's off to you for putting that together.
Have you opened
yeah,
any of the other boxes to give an idea of what
no,
people?
You
I'm
should. You have
saving it.
my
I'm
Mhm.
saving it. I'm saving it. I'm saving it to do it all on video and try to put it out. I'll try to edit something together that's halfway decent. But I'm gonna do it all. So
yo. You
yeah,
should. You
it'll
get
be
some
fun.
Cali
It'll be a lot
creaming
of
in
fun.
there.
I'm gonna try. There's no
Yeah.
promises, but this weekend, I'm gonna try to get 1840 putting out their VIP beer, and I just became a VIP member. So that's the beer. They put it out in like a big bottle, really fancy bottle. I'm gonna try to get one of those.
Is
Hopefully,
this is this
Kyle
the
can hook
brewery
me
that
up.
you own?
No, not the one that I own, but they have been on. They were on our podcast a couple of months ago. No, the one that I've owned, there will for sure at least be one of those in
Parents.
there, and possibly some merch or
Got some
something.
potato, some Idaho potato ale up in there too.
But
Fresh
1840,
potatoes.
1840 is the highest ranked on Untapped, the highest ranked Milwaukee brewery, and so they have a VIP club that I just joined, and they just put out their yearly VIP beer. So I'm gonna talk to Kyle and see if I can get one of those to throw in there. Hopefully, no promises, but gonna try to do that this weekend. So pretty exciting. It's gonna be some really good beer. I know Mash and Hoppy already sent. I already got their boxes. I haven't opened it yet. Like I
Our
said, I'm
boxes
waiting.
both have
So,
beer for you in it too, though.
Yeah, you got beer for
oh
you in
boy,
those boxes.
awesome! I can't wait. Thank you guys. But yeah, I'm excited. Thank you to everyone that's already donated. It's really cool.
That is awesome. You already got donations.
Yeah,
Yeah.
for
I'm
sure,
waiting.
man.
Once we get a picture, I'm gonna be blasting that all over the place for
Yeah, for sure.
get some donations, and it goes to a great cause. And you know,
Speaking of blasting, Mash,
Oh,
lead
Jesus.
us into our superpowers.
Oh, that was
Segment.
actually pretty
ooh,
good. That was
all
pretty
right.
Okay,
good.
yeah.
First of all, I got a little bit of news for Lucky real quick before we blast into the superpowers. Lucky, I just want you to know that they're going to be introducing another legislation on February 3rd that makes it so Wisconsin residents can get beer shipped to their house. Like alcohol, they can deliver beer to your house in Wisconsin.
That's dangerous because I already don't leave my apartment. So the
Well,
only reason I
there you
leave
go.
is to go get alcohol.
Now he'll get no
So
exercise.
no,
No.
I mean, yeah.
But that said, yeah, like I had mentioned, this is something I think I was sitting there drinking beers one night and I was like, you know what would be awesome is if beer gave you superpowers. And then I was like, this would make a great comic book or a movie or a TV show. And then I realized that I can only write. I'm like a writer. I can't draw. So I was kind of tossing ideas around and then figured this would be a fun topic to do one night on the Hops News. Because, you know, Hoppy and I, we do Hops Geek and we kind of talk a lot of nerdy things, but why not spread a little love to the main show? And that way we can get some input from other people and it just makes a good conversation. So kind of what I came up with, I put that stouts make you bulletproof just because stouts are typically your higher ABV. So you start to feel like you're invincible at that point. I put sours give you super strength because some of the sours punch you in the face with like a pungent soury taste or, a lot of
So you can
flavor. So
punch somebody else in the face.
I feel like you get that really sour, you get charged up and you're just ready to punch somebody in the face at that point. So you kind of get like that super strength. And then I did gozas are good for like water bending abilities. If you've watched Avatar, you're able to like control water. Aquaman, they all control water, kind of that nature. I did barrel aged. You can fly. So barrel aged, yeah, most of the time barrel aged stouts. Well, I kind of did a little separately. So barrel aged kind of lets it so you can fly because once you start infusing things with whiskey, bourbon, barrels, things like that. Anytime liquor's involved, you feel like you're pretty much on top of the world. And so, what better way to get there than flying straight to the top of the world? So I kind of have that. New England IPAs, they allow you to read minds because it's probably the most generic and pretentious version of an IPA. If you ask somebody who just started drinking, like, "Whoa, what do you love?" New England IPAs, Hoppy, and
I do. They're so
I'm
good.
just kidding. They are good. They are good, but they're also pretty generic as far as an IPA goes. So much like bland and boring people who choose you can read minds. That's kind of what I chose for New England IPAs. You can read their minds. Lagers, I chose Super Speed because with a lager, that's usually what I'm drinking when I'm tailgating. And when you're tailgating, you're crushing beers. You're just going fast through these beers with no regard for human life, right? And so Super Speed kind of attributes to lagers since you can drink them wicked fast, pretty crushable. Habanero or pepper infused beers. And yeah, so habanero pepper infused beers, they allow you for telekinesis because I want to stay as far away from those as possible. And they're pretty disgusting. And I will literally move mountains to avoid drinking a pepper infused beer. It's pretty gross.
I think they're good.
Ah, not me. I put pumpkin beers give you the ability to shapeshift into any living thing, whether it's animal or human, because drinking pumpkin makes you extremely basic and kind of faceless. You're just another person who's out there being basic, drinking pumpkin beers.
Does
so
a
for that,
scarf instantly appear?
oh, scarf, whatever. You can shape shift. So you can appear clothes, you can appear anything that you want.
Uggs and a scarf.
Uggs and a scarf. And I went pastry stouts, give you mind control because they are super sweet. And so I kind of thought that you're able to sweet talk. It's almost like mind controlling people with like in the Umbrella Academy. I heard a rumor.
I heard that's exactly what I was thinking.
So with pastry stouts, it gives you the ability to kind of mind control and control people's minds. And then last but not least, I did a golden stout. Kind of makes you like Wonder Woman, right? You're kind of able to you glow like an Amazonian. Lasso of truth that shines golden, just like a golden stout often does. And so that's kind of where I started. Put some thought into this for a while, and I'm interested to hear what you guys have to say.
Yeah, MASH put in a lot of homework. I always feel inadequate when we talk about a MASH subject because I never put that much thought in.
I feel inadequate for other reasons when I talk to MASH. But,
my brain, it's always moving.
Yeah, for sure. Well, before we get much further in tonight's topic, let's go check out.
Do we have beer school?
Yeah, I think we have a beer school. Do we have a beer school tonight, Hoppy?
Oh, we do.
Okay.
Ooh, I'm sorry.
Let's go check in
ahead of us.
Oh,
no worries, man. That's what I was hoping to do is kind of break it up a little bit. So, Hoppy, take us away to beer school. I'm always interested in your schools.
All right. Okay, beer school tonight. So I'm continuing all of our yeast conversation. So Louis Pasteur, the father of pasteurization. So I will begin today with a quote from Pasteur himself. Quote, "Every unhealthy change in the quality of beer coincides with the development of microscopic germs which are alien to the pure ferment of the beer," end quote. So I mentioned a couple weeks ago I would slowly dive into yeast and learn all I could about this very underrated, exciting beer ingredient. Therefore, today we will learn about the father of pasteurization, Louis Pasteur. He has been credited with discovering yeast, but that is not completely accurate, like most of the things I feel I research on this show, or for the show. Even if you have never brewed beer, you have probably seen yeast floating in a beer at some point, whether it was in a Hefeweizen or a hazy IPA, like the Alchemist's infamous Heady Topper. Yeast happens, and it can be visible in large amounts. So people have known for centuries that there is a magical ingredient that helps turn sugar into alcohol. They just didn't really know what it was. So before Louis Pasteur, the Germans even had Hefners, not an older gentleman in silk jammies with a smoking jacket on top, but someone who would harvest the yeast once fermentation was done and add it to the next batch that was ready to be fermented. So they clearly knew yeast was there. but weren't completely sure how to control it, what caused it to make beer sour, or if it was a chemical reaction occurring or an actual living organism that turned the sugar into alcohol. Side note real quick, Hugh Hefner is actually of German descent, so he very well could have had ancestors that were Hefners, since some last names used to actually be the person's occupation. Makes him a little bit cooler. Not that he needed to be any cooler. Okay. So today we know yeast is very much so a living organism, and this is in large part to Louis Pasteur. He also figured out how to improve beer and prevent spoilage. He even published a book about the causes of spoiled beer and how to prevent it. This was in 1876, and it was called Études sur la bière, which translates to beer studies. He was French. So what did his beer studies reveal, and how do you prevent beer spoilage? One way Pasteur did this was discovering pasteurization, which was named after him, and how it can increase the shelf life of many products, including beer. Pasteurization is basically just bringing food or beverages up to certain temperatures to kill certain bacteria or diseases. This helped to prevent the beer from spoiling, and it helped the beer to last longer than it had previously done. Additionally, this helped get beer distributed to parts of the world where it had previously been scarce or completely non-existent. So Pasteur also did experiments to show different beer flavors can occur when brewed in different places due to the microorganisms in the air. Knowing this and controlling this can help keep beer consistent and not spoil. He learned that when bacteria gets into the liquid before it is beer, the fermentation process can turn it sour. Now, for more on sour beers, you got to go to hopsnews.beer and click on those sour classes I did a few months back. So Pasteur also encouraged lab equipment for improving the quality of beer. While this was not practical for many breweries at the time, we now have many small breweries that actually have their own labs, or that have a lab that helps them ensure their brews are quality and free of bacteria that they do not want. Again, Sour Schools is an exception here to an extent. If you ever see a White Labs, they're all over the country, and I think there's even one in Copenhagen. Definitely go, take the tour, try the beer. They specialize in beer yeast. You can even order some straight to your house if you're a home brewer. So I got to go to the one in San Diego, and it was incredibly interesting. The amount of science that goes into perfecting beer brought me to a Jesse Pinkman level of excitement for science. So Louis Pasteur, one of the most famous beer scientists, was not even a beer drinker. He did not a fan of beer at all. He got into beer research in an attempt for revenge against the Germans. Germany had attacked his home country of France during the Franco-Prussian War, and everyone was still drinking German lagers because they're so delicious. So he sought revenge by attempting to make French beer better and thereby harm Germany's economy. He said he was helping French brewers, quote, make the beer of national revenge. I think in the end, he just made German beer even better. But at this point, when it comes to the beer, we all won. So next time you go to grab a 4-pack of that all-time favorite beer you love, say a special thank you to Louis Pasteur for helping to make sure that your favorite beer is brewed with the consistency and quality you have grown to love. Thanks, Cheers, or as the French say, a votre sant or something like that.
No, you almost sounded French. Almost. You were so close. Okay. You were close.
Yeah, that was really close.
I think that was like German, though, which they did occupy France like multiple times. Anyways.
Like during the Franco-Prussian War.
And World War One and two. And God, is there a time when France isn't getting taken over? Let's be honest with ourselves. Nope.
No, I don't. Trying to think of one. I don't think so.
Boy, I'm stumped. I got nothing.
When have they not been? At the end of wars, when they jump on someone's bandwagon.
Lucky, do you have some superpowers lined up?
Yeah, I've got a couple of them. I went in kind of a different direction than MASH. These are like times where I've actually think that I've gotten superpowers from drinking.
Nice.
Awesome. So, so my first one is a specific beer, and it's of course Spotted Cow. Spotted Cow just like changes my mood no matter what. Like I think it's a mood changer for me and everybody that drinks it. I don't know what specific superpower that would be, but it just makes me so happy personally when I drink it, because like it always is. It brings me back to like tailgating or to college parties or something like that. So I don't know what superpower that would be. Do you guys have one? Like a specific superpower?
Happy? I mean, I would almost say mind control, because it makes you happy.
Mind control. There we go. That's exactly what it is. So the Spotted Cow gives you the ability to control minds. I have for sure controlled a couple of people's minds by giving them too much Spotted Cow.
God, spotted cow is God's gift to this earth. I have like 3 left. God. Anyways.
No, it's okay. The second one that I had was a little bit more generic. It was any time I've ever done a keg stand. So whatever beer's in there, it's given me the ability to time travel because I black out and I don't remember. It has happened every single time. Like I've gone to party, like back in my college days, I had a pretty solid keg stand time. And so like when I would get to a party with a keg, they'd be like, "Oh, Lucky, come do a keg stand or something." And like I could have not drank for like the previous 6 months, and after that keg stand in 30 minutes, I was totally blacked out. And I woke up the next morning and it was like, holy crap, I just traveled in time. The last one, it's not beer, but it's a shot of tequila. It's alcohol, so it's not beer, but like any.
I kind of infused liquor into it when I brought stage stout. So you're good.
You could do something like that. But a shot of tequila, for me, it's like there's nothing better because I love tequila. That's not
me
probably
too, man. That's my favorite liquor.
Favorite liquor by far, and like always, like since I've turned 21, like if we go to like a Mexican restaurant or we're out at a bar, I always try to buy like at least one round of like, even if it's shitty tequila, for whatever group I'm with. And it's strictly because I feel like I'm superhuman watching everybody else try to take the shot. I feel like I have like super strength or something.
No,
yeah,
I'm
exactly.
with you on that though, because I can drink tequila straight. I'll drink it over the rocks, so I'm like weird, I guess, in that way. So I get you. I'm feeling. I like those choices. You had some really good, solid choices.
Yeah,
I like the time travel.
Yeah, you had some really good, solid products here.
The time travel is really good. The tequila is super strength, and the first one is mind control. That was good. I'm glad you guys came up with that. So
I highly recommend that you get, Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson. He has his own tequila out now. I have some in the cabinet. Super smooth. It's probably like the best tequila I've had. You got to get some.
I heard it comes with a fanny pack.
I wish I didn't get no fanny pack. I was gonna recreate the rock scene, but I didn't get no fanny pack, and I didn't get no Jerry curls either. So I sure as shit didn't get no muscles. So I don't know. I was lied to, I guess. So if you're listening, Dwayne, I want my fanny pack.
Any UFC fans? Do we have any UFC fans?
Oh my God! I bet today. There was what was it? They called it like Fight Night in Dubai or something like that. Mm-hmm. All day, I bet on every single fight, and I took the underdog, and I made money, so it was pretty good. But it was just such a great way to like get through the shitty day at work, just to have it on in the background. So.
Oh, I thought sports betting while at work. What a great way to get to work. I'm just betting other people's money as I do their taxes.
First time. That's not the first time. I used to bet, my old job, I used to just bet on random horses and like try to listen to whatever channel that is. Just to get through the day, whatever I can do.
That's awesome. Big fight coming up Saturday, huh? With Conor McGregor stepping back in the ring. That'll be a good fight. Speaking
of superheroes, that guy is as close to you get as one. He's like amazing, notorious, some might say.
Yeah, I like him for his antics. To be honest with you, I kind of like the cockiness, and he's supposed to have a press conference. They're bringing back press conferences tomorrow. Is going to be the first like official press conference of UFC since the pandemic. So obviously he's a part of it and always has a good. It's always a good show. He kind of gets the entertainment, right? I mean, the fights are good. I mean, the fights at UFC are great to watch, but the entertainment value.
Reminds me of a young Hop Hogan that we have here.
Oh yeah,
same thing.
He kind of does.
Entertainment value.
The entertainment value of Hop Hogan for sure.
Hell yeah, brothers.
Let's go check in with. Let's check in with Hoppy and her superpowers. Hoppy, what's your beer superpowers?
All right, so I didn't go as in depth as Matt did, but I like the angle that Lucky took, and I like both these angles. So mine are pretty quick. So I got Pilsners are light and refreshing, so they can make you fly. Barrel-aged anything gives you X-ray vision. At first, you think you're seeing double, but you're really just seeing through shit. A New England IPA.
That's good.
So a New England IPA turns you into a genius, billionaire, playboy, philanthropist, much like Iron Man. This is because they're both
Batman.
pretentious, narcissistic, and absolutely delicious and worth the hype.
I love
And
that.
my last one is a pumpkin. One sip of a pumpkin, and you have the ability to instantly summon a manager.
Oh,
on.
shit.
The Karen
Time out. This is really why I drink pumpkin. I summon the manager every single time.
That one takes it for the night. Hoppy wins the best.
That was a good one.
But,
That was a really good one.
Hey, that's a new. I know the title.
Off to you.
Yeah, I know the title of your comic, Mash. The title of your comic is Karen.
Ooh, that could be a good one. It could follow a Karen who just happens to drink superpowers.
Oh man!
Yeah,
Fights injustice at strip malls or some shit.
Injustice is
Fighting for the Caucasian middle class.
Yeah, that's good. You guys actually put some
very
serious thought.
Caucasian middle class.
Side note, before we get into Jay's, because I know he has a couple like funny ones. This and his remind me of the fact that I have a 24-ounce Coors Banquet sitting in my fridge still from our Cobra Kai episode, and I've decided that if the Packers win this weekend, I'm going to take a video of me shotgunning that entire beer.
Nice.
Wait, what? Wait, what?
I have a Coors Banquet 24-ounce sitting in the fridge.
Oh, it's not like I'm picturing
it's a can, nice big can. And
the one Johnny Lawrence drank all three.
Yeah, Cobra Kai, he drinks it all the time in a bottle. But I found a 24-ounce can that I decided I will be shotgunning. I'll post it up on the Hops News page. If the Packers win this weekend, I will shotgun the shit out of that beer.
And if they I'm not even gonna put that.
And if they lose, then go to
if they lose what?
Go to the dark
those
web.
beers at least.
Then you go to my OnlyFans where you're gonna sit there and watch me in my bathtub with a cold shower crying.
Sipping the Coors Banquet.
While I sip a spotted cow and cry in the shower. That's what you're gonna see. I'm still gonna be a cheesehead Packers gear on.
Trying to get that happy mind control.
Nothing worse than like soggy cheese head.
Ugh. Shoot, I almost thought about saying if they win, I'll chug I don't want to ruin this. I was gonna chug some spotted cow, but I only have like 3 spotted cows left. But
yeah,
out of that hatch.
You got some coming.
I thought about, but then I don't want to ruin this because I have no other way of getting a cheesehead unless I go to Green Bay. So
I'm sure you can find them on Amazon.
Where's the?
That's not the same as getting it from Wisconsin.
Where's the game going to be played? Is it going to be played in Green Bay?
It's in Lambeau Field, and it's supposed to snow and be like 25 degrees.
Packer weather.
That is Packer weather. That is football weather.
And they're playing
sexual healing weather to me. Delicious.
The only regular season Packer game that I went to that I've been to in my life was the last time Aaron Rodgers played Tom Brady in Lambeau. It was such a fucking sick game. It went down to, I think it came down to like this was when Clay Matthews was on the team. He got like a sack to end Tom Brady's drive, and the Packers won by a touchdown. It was unreal. So I'm so looking forward to. It's
the only time
debating driving up, but
Aaron Rodgers has beaten a Tom Brady led team too. That's the only time he's done it. And I went to a Packer game last year, saw him play the Lions Monday Night Football for my birthday. That was a ton of fun.
Yeah.
God, there's nothing like it. Nothing like it.
So who do they play?
Tampa Bay Buccaneers.
Tom Brady. Tom Brady is led.
All their newfound Patriots fans, like I said, who took off their Patriots jerseys and pulled out their Tampa Bay jerseys.
That's going to be interesting because you really don't have a cold weather advantage because Tom Brady can play in the cold weather, obviously.
Yeah,
but he's 43 living in Tampa where it's been 70, and you'd be surprised how fast you adjust to the warm weather.
Over here.
It's been 70s in Tampa
It's
Bay.
wet.
Up.
It's like highs of 70s. It's been like lows of 40s over here. Maybe he goes outside and practices in the middle of the night. I don't really give a shit about Tom Brady.
He goes outside and he steals the souls of children, and that's
Tampa's only an hour and a half west of here.
Micah just said Tom Brady drinks White Claws. Could not agree more.
Agree. No, Tom Brady drinks Trulies, which is like the off-brand way.
Isn't that owned by Sam Adams? I think they are.
I don't know. Probably.
Not that helps.
That or
Yeah.
he drinks like Bud seltzers or some bullshit like that.
Bud Light seltzer with a lime garnish.
No, with an avocado garnish because he lives off of avocado ice cream and the souls of all the children whose dreams he's crushed.
Jesus Christ.
Mash is fanatical about his hate for Tom Brady.
God, he's just ruined my life for 20
It's actually
years.
really good though, man.
He's
That
ruined my
guy
life
is
for 20
fucking
years.
Good.
Growing up in New England, he's ruined my life for 20 years because Anyways, Jay, superpowers, beer. I want to hear yours because yours were pretty funny. That's what got me on the tangent of Coors Banquet. So I apologize.
Mine is pretty simple. I didn't put near the thought into it these guys did. I've almost went along Lucky's line of thinking into this. I put Heineken because it's skunky like the Green Lantern.
I think that's funny.
I have no idea if this Green Lantern is skunky or not, but damn, Heineken is definitely a little bit skunky for sure. Miller High Life turns you into Joe Dirt.
It's Dear Tay.
At
Or
the
Joe
drop.
Exotic.
Oh,
At
Joe
the drop.
What a movie. I
how's
haven't
Trump's
watched
not-
that movie in such a long time.
Joe
Man, it's
Dirt.
funny as shit.
Joe
I'm
Dirt is
covered in
such a good
doo-doo.
movie. Oh, my
Yeah.
God.
That's just what I picture when I see somebody drinking a Miller High Life. Is like, damn, that's all they're missing is a mullet. Maybe a Joe Dirt, 3/4
Oh,
of them.
man. I got a mullet. I should have worn my mullet. There you go. That's what I should have done. I should have busted out the Hop Hogan mullet.
I
We
had a
had the
friend.
whole
You drink a Miller and you grow a mullet right away, and you get the abilities of every. You get sharpshooting abilities for every Southern redneck out there.
yeah.
Oh, man.
And the mullet, I don't know if you guys watched any of the Coastal Carolina shenanigans that was going on this football season, but that was their thing, was the mullet. They all grew mullets.
I did. I saw it on the Pat McAfee show.
Yep. And the last one was drink a hazy IPA and you instantly have a man bun.
Hey,
Ooh.
you get like
Don't
Rapunzel
knock the
hair
man
that
bun.
you can put in a man bun, and you take down, and you can like whip people with it.
The
Whip
very
people with a
Jason
man
Momoa. He's a big hazy IPA guy, Jason Momoa.
Who?
Oh, is
Momoa
he?
No, I don't know.
Oh, see, he's allowed to rock the man.
He's got the
bun.
Jason
best
Momoa
man bun on the
lives-
planet.
He
Yeah.
lives for Guinness and axe throwing, and it doesn't get more manly than that, as far as I'm concerned.
I'm sure he's thrown in.
I
a
don't
hazy-
know. Have you listened to Lucky's latest episode of his podcast?
Oh,
No,
I
'cause I've been
started
working.
it.
I've been working
We
in office,
get-
so I work from
Oh.
home the rest of the week. I'll be able to listen to it then because I
It
work.
really
in
doesn't
office.
get much more manly than Army Hammer.
Oh, I know all about Army Hammer and his
Holy
Dracula.
I didn't get
His
to that part.
Dracula abilities. Yeah, he's got some
He
weird
is
kinks. Not for
Something.
me.
Ooh.
Man, I
Army
will
Hammer is
tell you
something.
guys, if anybody out there is still watching us tonight, if you do not listen to the Feeling Lucky podcast, holy shit, man. You
So,
guys come
this-
up with some of the damnedest topics that I'm like, where the fuck do you guys, how do you talk? I mean, where do you come up with half the shit that you come up with?
I
So
don't
the
think they-
Dear Lucky this week is I have gotten more. It's been out for like 24 hours now, I guess. I've gotten more comments, more like replies or whatever, like text messages about the Dear Lucky this week than anything we've ever put out. It's anonymous, but the girl that submitted it, absolutely hilarious. We could not get through the whole thing. Like, we tried so many times to get through it without laughing, and oh my god, we just could not breathe. It was so fucking funny. That's a lot. I mean, that was going to be like one of my closing thoughts, but the Dear Lucky this week is just so fucking funny. I don't know, man. It's really good.
Well, I ain't going to spill the beans because they need to go listen to it. But my whole thought of it was, at least it was only 3 minutes. I mean,
That's
Things my
I mean,
wife
I
like,
mean,
tells me.
it could have been a lot worse if it was like 43 minutes of that.
yeah, that's a fair take, but then she had to sleep in it because he passed out on top of it. Was
What?
there's a lot
It's
lot
like
Go
every time I
listen
put
to
it on, it's like a kid walks in. I'm like, oh shit, nope.
No, I mean, this
Yeah, you
one-
got to
the-
listen to it with earbuds.
The Feeling Lucky is towards the end of it's the second section. It's towards the end. Oh my God, I have never laughed so hard in my life. There's three of us. Like it's a lot of it. It seems like it's dead air, but it's because we cannot breathe. We're laughing so hard. So after that one, I've gotten people asking how to submit Dear Luckies. I'll do that all in the closing stuff. But oh my God, it's so fucking funny. I could not breathe. I'm like starting to laugh like just thinking about it. So very funny.
It was a good episode. And I guess it's probably time for our parting shots. Let's go check in with Mash. Get parting shots. Where can people find you? All of those good things, Mash. You guys had a celebrity on recently. I haven't been able to listen to it all yet, but man, he's a good conversation guy. I mean, he nailed it for you guys. That was awesome.
It was a really great episode. We had Rob from Comics Explained, Pop Culture Explained, all that. He was on, and we're hoping to get him back on here again shortly for like an X-Men series. So he was a great time. Tonight, right after this, we are going to record with Brad. We're talking. Brad kind of drew up some recipe. Yeah, we're talking superhero beers. It's the theme of the night. He's drawn up some superhero themed recipe for beers. So we're going to kind of talk some of that, and we're going to put a poll out actually afterwards and let you vote for which one sounds the best to you. And I think Brad said that the winner might actually get made. So that style of beer might get made by Common Law Brewing. So that's pretty exciting. And then next week, we're talking with Woodland Empire again. It's their 7th anniversary. That's kind of like our go-to. We love those guys. And other than that, listen to us. Our episodes drop Monday nights, Tuesday morning. One and the same to me, basically, because I can't keep track of time. But Geek Hops is our Twitter. Hops Geek News is our Instagram. Hops Geek Nudes is our OnlyFans. And that's all I got. Go Pack, go.
Send me a guest pass.
Go Pack, go.
Love it.
That's how I feel.
Ash, what?
Shot.
When and where can we find the shotgun of the Coors Banquet beer?
Shotgun of the Coors Banquet beer. If the Packers win Sunday, you will catch me Sunday evening shotgunning the Coors Banquet, all 24 ounces of pain and glory, but it'll be worth it.
Right here on Hops News?
Right here on Hops News, because like I said, I'm actually, my heterosexual life mate and I are getting to watch the Super Bowl together. I'm going down to Vegas, which, by the way, if there's some really good breweries down there, let me know. So that way I want to get to some breweries. We're going to be doing things safely. And
I know some good brothels,
betting.
but no breweries.
Or, I mean, text me those, but yeah, we're gonna be hitting up some breweries and hopefully watching the Packers win the Super Bowl together.
Sounds like a solid weekend. Let's go check in with Lucky. Lucky, parting shots. What's going on with Feeling Lucky? Where can people find you?
Parting shots is a lot of fun. I apologize for the audio. I'm gonna try to get that fixed before tomorrow. So check out, we just talked a little bit about the most recent episode of Feeling Lucky. The Dear Lucky is, I cannot stress how funny it was. And we had Big Daddy on again. I think he's an unofficially official new co-host of Feeling Lucky. So it's going to be me, him, JJ, and Producer Beef whenever Producer Beef is available. He's just too funny, and if he wants to keep doing stuff with us, I will always have him. But tomorrow we are going to interview, this will be our first guest, and we've got tons of them lined up. So we're going to interview Explorium, the Explorium Brewery. They opened a tap room in the 3rd Ward, which is like a very, very fancy part of downtown Milwaukee. In 2019, they've got a really interesting story. They started in Greenfield, Wisconsin, which is pretty close to us, but I'm like ecstatic to have them on. I think both of their tap rooms are like 2 of the nicest in Wisconsin. So I'm excited to go there. We're going to go hang out with them tomorrow night. That'll be next week. We're on Twitter now. Feeling Lucky is on Twitter now. That's pretty exciting. Check us out on there. Twitter, I always say that The attractive people live on Instagram and the funny people live on Twitter. So I'm probably going to be much more active on Twitter, and JJ will be more active on our Instagram. So go check us out on both or either. It's at Feeling Lucky Pod for both of them. Feeling without the G, Lucky POD. And I think that's it for me.
It's kind of how ours is. I'm more active on Twitter. Hoppy does most of the gram.
That's
She's
how
just
it
better
goes
at the
normally.
pictures. She's just the best.
Yeah, normally how it goes. So whatever.
Yeah, that the feeling lucky is always funny as shit, man. It's a good listen. Hoppy, parting shots. Where can people find you? What's coming up with Geeks?
So after we did Comics Explained, which actually I was at my comic book shop the other day, and he was pretty impressed that we managed to get him on the podcast, and he knew exactly who the guy was. So definitely check that one out. But we did just release our Cobra Kai. So that was a fun one. We had lots of fun facts, behind the scenes kind of stuff. And then we talked about the good, the bad, and the absolutely ridiculous that is that show. Very entertaining show, but it's so ridiculous. So that was a fun one to break down. We're getting ready to record our next one, come out next Monday, about superhero beers. That'll be fun. And of course, we always have our news. And MASH is blowing up our Twitter. I just signed back onto Twitter for the first time in 8 years or something. I think my last tweet was about the Dexter finale. So I am back on there.
It'll be relevant a year when Dexter's back again.
That's true. Who knew? I think my two comments on there were something about Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., very first episode with Coulson, and then Dexter being Wolverine in the finale. But I changed my handle to the Hoppy Mommy, so I'm now the Hoppy Mommy on Twitter and on the Instagram, and of course the Hops Geek News on the Instagram, where we promote most of our stuff. And then we are Geek Hops on Twitter. If you search Hops Geek News, you'll find it.
Yeah.
But yeah, right. Matt's doing that. And I mean, I go on there a couple times a day and just refresh, and he's always posted something or shared something or done something. So that's a lot of fun. Twitter still confuses the shit out of me, but I'm giving it another chance.
It's honest because I'm scrolling back and forth, trying to ease my nerves. I'm just reading sports. My hobby in life is reading sports news. And then I'm like, oh yeah, I'm going to go over here and do some nerdy news for a bit.
So yeah,
that's where I live. That's where I perpetually live.
Hey, go visit your local brewery. There are a lot of them struggling. Cape Ann Brewing closed. Hill Farmstead is halting production.
That blows my mind.
I will tell you, they say for a few months. I don't know too many organizations that can stop producing and coming back open. So take it for what it's worth. Southern Craft Brewing is closed. Brewdog in Cincy closed. Lagunitas Brewing in Chicago is closed for the year. These are just in the week.
For 2021, they're closed.
For the whole year?
2021, they're closed?
Yep. Lagunitas is owned by Heineken, though. I would think that they would be okay. Well, I don't know, though, because who is it that sold Ballast Point back to, or sold it to somebody else? So who knows?
Yeah.
But the Hill Farmstead, I mean, that's a bucket list brewery for anybody who likes good beer.
If you have a brewery that you know that's really struggling, send them the info for the Barstool Fund. We'll put that out there, but they have saved tons of breweries. I think I sent you guys one, or I tagged you in it or something. An all veteran owned brewery that they saved pretty recently. They've done it. There've been a ton of them on there, and so if they've been successful in the past and you like their stuff, get them that info. Nothing's guaranteed at all, but they're doing all that they can to
or bottle
help.
Share.
So.
Bottle Share as well.
Yeah. Bottle Share for sure. Shout out.
Yeah, get to them. Yeah, Bottle Share. They're another one who's out there helping breweries, doing really great things. So
go visit your local brewery. Give them some business. Buy a bunch of beer because they could definitely
buy me beer. If you don't drink beer and you want to buy beer, just buy me. Yeah, buy
a shirt.
Buy a gift card.
Just give them money.
Give them money. You can send me the beer. Send me the beer.
Listen, if you're doing dry January, grow the fuck up and drink a beer.
You.
Yeah.
Fuck you.
Jeez,
grow up.
Big red, then fuck you.
Grow up. If you're doing dry January, grow up.
I personally don't understand the appeal, but I guess a lot of people they think
had to cut back dry January. God, that's like no nut November. Who does that? Jesus Christ.
No, not
I did, but it
November.
wasn't on purpose. It
Thing.
wasn't
Yeah.
like an intentional thing.
Lucky didn't have no choice. Lucky wasn't involuntarily no nut December.
Yeah.
No, it's destroyed Dick December.
Destroyed. I mean, but yeah.
And now we're on to dry January. Get a hobby.
This is just looking for one January. That's all I'm just looking. That's terrible. Jesus.
All right, folks. We appreciate you tuning in. Check them out. Feeling Lucky and Hops Geek News. Great content. Looking forward to being back next week. Let's talk what makes a bad beer next week. Let's talk about that. We always talk about good beer. Let's talk about what makes a bad beer. What makes a beer that you taste and you're like, I'm not getting this beer next time. I can name a few. We'll hold that for next week. Appreciate you tuning in. Check us out next week. We'll be back. Have a great night. Cheers.
Cheers. Love you guys.
Peace out.
Shoot, there's still beer in here.
Happy Lucky feeling lucky is funny as fuck this week, man.
I didn't like we talked way too much about the Buck stuff. It was I tried to cut some of that up. We got on a tangent. Marty's or what's his name? Big Daddy is very good at like sports and NBA stuff. We just got on a tangent. But the rest of it, that Dear Lucky, that I know the girl that submitted it, and it is just so fucking fun. We could not breathe.
Was it one of the interns?
No. It was not. She's a